Long before Europeans arrived, Key Biscayne was home to the Tequesta people who called it Cayo de Biscaynos. They thrived for centuries, expertly fishing, hunting and gathering from the island's rich land and sea. The Tequesta built circular homes from wood and palmetto, adapting ingeniously to the subtropical climate. Archaeological finds, pottery, shell tools and ancient middens reveal a society living in harmony with nature. Connected to other tribes by trade routes like the Miami River, the Tequesta were part of a vibrant regional network. Their society was led by a chief who held both political and spiritual power, and the island was a sacred center of community life. The arrival of Europeans brought disease and conflict, devastating the Tequesta and erasing their villages by the mid-1700s. Yet their legacy endures in the island's name and the artifacts beneath its soil. A reminder of Key Biscayne's first people. The Tequesta's story is the island's foundation, echoing in every wave and whisper of wind. In 1513, Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de León became the first European to set eyes on Key Biscayne, naming it Santa Marta. The Spanish saw the island as a strategic outpost along the Florida Straits, vital for treasure fleets and fresh water. Though never settled permanently, Key Biscayne appeared on Spanish maps and was visited by sailors, missionaries, and soldiers. Spanish contact brought new plants, animals, and devastating diseases that decimated the Tequesta. The island's name, derived from Cayo de Biscaynos, is a lasting linguistic legacy of Spanish rule. By 1821, Spain ceded Florida to the United States, ending centuries of subtle but significant Spanish influence. The Spanish era set the stage for future development, from lighthouses to the transformation of the island itself. Key Biscayne's identity still bears the imprint of its earliest European explorers. After Florida became American territory, the U.S. built the Cape Florida Lighthouse in 1825 to guide ships past dangerous reefs. Its beacon was a lifeline for mariners, but the lighthouse soon found itself at the heart of the Second Seminole War. In 1836, Seminole warriors attacked, trapping the keepers and setting the tower ablaze. Only a dramatic Navy rescue saved the survivors. The lighthouse stood gutted for over a decade before being rebuilt taller and brighter in 1847. For years, its keepers lived in isolation, maintaining the light and aiding shipwrecked sailors. Decommissioned in 1878, the lighthouse fell into disrepair until 20th century preservation efforts restored it. Today, it stands as Miami-Dade's oldest structure and the centerpiece of Bill Baggs Cape Florida State Park. The lighthouse is a symbol of resilience, connecting visitors to the island's storied past. Its beam once saved lives. Now, it illuminates history. The Cape Florida Lighthouse endures as a silent witness to centuries of change. In the early 1900s, industrialist William John Matheson transformed Key Biscayne with a vast coconut plantation and family estate. The Mathesons' vision shaped the island, but their greatest legacy came in 1940, when they donated 808 acres to Dade County for public use. This gift created Crandon Park, preserving beaches and tropical landscapes for everyone. The park quickly became a beloved destination, with beaches, picnic areas, and even a zoo. Later, the southern tip became Bill Baggs Cape Florida State Park, further protecting the island's natural beauty. These parks bookend Key Biscayne, safeguarding its wild spaces from development. The Matheson family's philanthropy enshrined public access and conservation as core island values. Their legacy ensures Key Biscayne's natural treasures endure for generations. For decades, Key Biscayne was accessible only by boat, keeping it remote and undeveloped. That changed in 1947 with the opening of the Rickenbacker Causeway, a 4-mile bridge linking the island to Miami. The causeway sparked a development boom. Land was subdivided, homes built, and a new community took shape. The Mackle Company marketed Key Biscayne as a paradise suburb, drawing families and creating a close-knit village. The causeway not only brought people but also the infrastructure needed for a thriving town. Crossing the bridge became a passage from city bustle to island serenity, a defining feature of life here. The causeway's arrival was the turning point, transforming Key Biscayne into a vibrant residential enclave. Its unique blend of accessibility and separation remains central to the island's identity. In the late 1960s, Key Biscayne gained national fame as President Richard Nixon's southern retreat, the Winter White House. Nixon's presence brought prestige and media attention, turning the quiet island into a backdrop for major political events. The compound hosted world leaders and key policy discussions including Vietnam War strategy and the opening to China. Security tightened and the island's reputation for exclusivity soared. After Nixon's resignation, the compound was sold and later demolished, but the era left a lasting mark. The Nixon years cemented Key Biscayne's image as a place of power, privacy, and influence. Residents experienced both pride and inconvenience, but the island's name became synonymous with presidential history. The legacy of those years still echoes in the island's allure. Today, Key Biscayne is a self-governing village, renowned for its top schools, vibrant community, and international flair. Surrounded by protected parks, the island is deeply committed to environmental stewardship and sustainability. Residents and officials work together to preserve beaches, native habitats, and the fragile marine ecosystem. As a barrier island, Key Biscayne faces climate change head-on, investing in infrastructure to combat flooding and sea level rise. The community's proactive approach has become a model for coastal resilience. Key Biscayne balances growth with conservation, maintaining its unique sense of place. From Tequesta roots to presidential retreats, the island's story is one of adaptation and care. The challenge ahead, embracing progress while protecting the paradise that defines Key Biscayne.